All right. So this is my boy. What's it?
Gabriel.
All right. And tell me about Venezuela.
Well, long story short, it went to shit because of communism. So, looks like, hopefully not, but we gotta keep our shit together here in America before we hit the communism agenda, per se.
And how do you decipher like whether or not it's hit?
Whether or not it's what?
Hit.
The communism bullshit?
Yeah.
Shit, I think it's when they start preaching about like for the people, quote unquote, but they try to give handouts, and then that translates to shit like inflation. And then last I heard was like, we're gonna give more stimulus checks out, when it's like basic economy. The more fucking cash you got, the higher the fucking inflation goes. So
that's what happened in Venezuela?
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, we have the highest inflation in the fucking planet, you
Right.
know? The cash is unworthy. Like, literally, they rob banks, and they take...
Who robs banks?
In Venezuela, when they rob banks, they take computers, phones, everything. They
Wait, who robs them? People?
Just like, criminals. But they grab the cash, and they just throw it at the street. Nobody picks it up. It's not worth it. They take phones, they take computers, they take tangible items. They cash, they throw it on the floor like if it's Monopoly. Nobody picks it up.
What are they robbing the banks for?
Just for the devices. They'll take the computers, they'll
shit.
take your phones, give me your phone. Cash, trash. That's how bad the inflation is. Matter of fact, they did like this like study where technically if you buy the Monopoly game, and you do the math, number-wise, the Monopoly money is worth more than the actual bill for what you paid for.
Wait, what brought you here?
Definitely the situation of the country originally. Yeah.
Well,
my dad was the pioneer of the family that did that jump. But I mean, I followed through. When I was 16, I almost got killed over a BlackBerry phone.
Why?
And some dudes, I was taking my ex at the time to her house, and she lived like in a really shitty neighborhood. And some dudes were sitting at some corner. They asked me for a cigarette. I went, gave them the cigarette, and then they just pulled out a Glock, put it on my head, and they were like, "Oh, like give me everything you got." And they went through this little speech about, "I don't give a fuck about life, try me," and yada yada. And then I gave him my shit, gave him the BlackBerry, gave him my wallet, and it was two dudes. One of them had a gun, the other one didn't. And the one that didn't have the gun told the one with the gun, he was like, "Oh, over there they'll call you Strawberry if they think you have money." So the one that didn't have the gun was like, "Oh, like shoot this Strawberry on the kneecap so he could remember us for the rest of his life." And then at that point, I'm like, "Bro, like I gave you all my shit, like just let me go." And then this dude put the gun on my knee like that, and then he laughed. He just started laughing, and then he was like, "Oh, you behaved well. Turn around and walk down the street. If you turn around and try to see me, you're dead." I walked down the street. It was probably a block about this length. That shit felt like 5 hours, bro. I thought they were gonna shoot me for the fucks of it. So when I made the left, I ran to the subway with one of my buddies that was with me, and then he started breaking down. The next day, he went to Panama, and the next day I called my dad, and I was like, "Dad, get me the fuck out of here. I'm out."